Y muy bien, negas, bienvenidos a esta a esta nueva edición de Postal 2, que como les dije en la edición anterior, este gameplay se va a tratar de no hacerle caso al narrador, que nos está viendo a una altura aproximada a la estratosfera, ¿cierto? Entonces ya,
All of his
hoy
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
se está pegando lagazos. Perdón por los pequeños lagazos que se pegan, pero acabo de prender el computador. Ya, esta es la parte decisiva.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Entró a la puerta de su izquierda. Podía irte a la mismísima mierda.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Tal vez.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Venga,
It had really
natural.
been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Segurito.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
¿Por qué se cierran la puerta? Cierra la puerta cada vez que... Pucha, podría ir por este camino.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Quiero ir por acá. Después iré por allá.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Me refiero a
This
ella.
is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Tengo una esposa.
She's been waiting.
Bueno, entonces tengo una esposa. ¿Qué mierda estoy tirando piedras, bro? Ay, no. ¡Ah!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Ya, bueno, lo voy a tomar. Espera un poquito. Ok, ahora sí. Unos pendejos de mierda, ¿no? Cuidando por ahí. Pendejo de mierda. Si tocan otra vez el timbre, le voy a sacar la mierda.
Is
Entonces
that
nos quedamos
you?
acá.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Concha tu-
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
No. Yo quiero ir a esa cama con mi mujer. Parece que tengo que hacerlo de cualquier manera.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his
Oh,
existence.
este tipo como que nos obliga a que apretemos las cosas cuando no queremos. Y si lo hacemos, dice que somos buenos hombres. Y es mentira. Yo quiero ir contigo, aunque tengas cáncer.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
Qué
Now he's pushing
weón.
a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Ay, pero por favor.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
No lo voy a hacer, amigo. Yo creo que con mi esposa a tener otro Stanley Parable. Tuve un hijo que lo llama Stanley Parable. No sé, no lo entendí, lo wey. ¿Qué puedo hacer? Yo quiero salir de acá, yo quiero salir de acá. Ya, vamos.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Qué cagada, weón. Yo pensé que se trataba de un botón para presionar así.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I
Pero me cagaron, weón. ¿Cómo tan weón? Digamos en la misma weá, me cago en. Cago en mi. ¿Coco dónde está? No, no me puedo cagar en todo. Ya, bueno, entonces te voy a dejar esta. Aquí voy a dejar esta poco productiva edición. En la próxima voy a grabar dos más de esto. Una que es. Ahí se van a dar cuenta. Bueno, entonces lo voy a dejar acá. Y denle like al video, suscríbanse si quieren ver más y esa cosa. Y nos vemos la próxima y